So yeah, you're just saying you're digging the vibes of the team here.
Yeah.
The guys are cool, man.
It's the same thing I've seen at my gym. Every gym I've
Get a little closer.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
How's that?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Vibe at your gym, man. It's run well. Your people don't have a lot. There's no significant ego. Everybody wants to help people build skills. I've been rolling, God, on and off for years, but this is the last 9 months I've really poured myself into this 3 to 5 times a week. And I've visited gyms all over the country now, from Miami and Montana, certainly Idaho. Every time I roll through Seattle, I always make a point to come here. And you see, what you really see is leadership top down. Like how people run their gym is how your people act.
Yeah, bro.
And if you have people that are egocentric dirtbags, like it comes from the top, dude. So I'm not surprised to see like your dudes, like I'm rolling out there rolling with, Chris Vasil, who's a savage.
Yeah.
He could just, light me up if he wants to. And he does it, man. He's like teaching me and like going with the flow, man.
Well, I think once you have, obviously the day I open, it's just me, right? And so what I noticed is when the gym was new, you'd get weirdos coming in because they wouldn't walk through and just like feel an established culture now. When you walk through that door, when you got here today, there's 40 kids on the mats. Everybody's parents are here.
Yeah, there's 100 people here.
A bunch of the no-gi guys are already here getting ready to step on the mats at 6. And the vibe is established even before you fight each other. And what I've noticed is the bigger the vibe gets with the parents and with the families, and then also just how teammates treat each other. Like the stronger it gets, the more of a repellent it is to weirdos.
Isn't that interesting, right? It attracts and it repels. That's a cultural thing. It attracts and it repels. I don't run a jiu-jitsu academy, but I have barbershops and a paramedical tattoo company. It's the same thing. You attract and you repel. Mm-hmm. I bring people in sometimes that I'm like, oh, this guy could be good something. And it's just like not a good fit. And I cut those people loose very quickly. Then I have guys like, Metal Mike, who's been with me a couple of years now. And, one of my best friends and just a super duper human being. And I have a lot more people like Mike now, right? Just like-minded.
Yeah.
It attracts and it repels. I'm fine with that.
Bro, as the saying goes, you try and appease everybody, you appease nobody.
It's fair.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's cool to see the bigger you get, the more you feel that on both ends, both attracting the right people and repelling the right people.
I'm good with that. Are you?
Dude, I love it.
Yeah. It's
well, bro, I don't know if you saw on social media, I closed down memberships.
I did. I saw Kids was closed a month ago or something,
yeah.
And then you just shut down the adults. It's like, you better get, if you want in, you better get in.
Yeah, and the date is closed, so we're not accepting memberships now. So our little kids, the class you saw today is closed, and then adults is closed. We only have openings of the 10 to 14-year-olds, but even that class is getting pretty big, and so it's fucking good problems to have, though, man.
Yeah, and people that don't belong will not probably stay. I mean, they just aren't going to stay.
We want to end up obviously expanding the building that way and having double the mat room. But that's another big, not only an expense, but bro, you're a business guy. The process of permitting it and going through everything and the county and stuff, like I'm not emotionally prepared for that again.
I get it, dude. People ask me all the time, oh, do you want to open another shop? Do you want to do it? Fuck no and fuck yes. Like, I'd love, like, the idea is great, but the actual, like, getting into it and the logistics and the money and the time it takes to build and the heartache, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, like, you're not done here. You can just tell this gym is not done.
No, yeah.
And it's your business is a strange one, right? Like, this is such a hard discipline to be in jiu-jitsu. I'm a 2-stripe white belt, 9 months in. I fucking love this. I do. I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm like, that fucking choke I can do. Bah. Right? I just do. I'm obsessed by this.
You're in the phase.
Yeah.
Where you start to see, like, you're 9 months in.
Yeah.
And bro, 9 months, I mean, it's kind of the sweet spot where you've been doing it long enough, you're starting to get good at things.
Yes. I'm not good. I'm just less retarded.
But still, though, massive shifts start to happen where it's like, oh, he showed me this thing and I tried it and it fucking worked. Also, 9 months in, you've been at the gym long enough now to where you're 6, 7, 8 months in and a new guy comes in and you're like, oh, my jiu-jitsu works, right? And once you start to see, not only in the application of jujitsu against an opponent, but I'm already going to guess that you've seen jujitsu enrich your life off the mats as well.
100%.
100%, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody, it's a non-negotiable. Everybody experiences it. And I know everybody thinks it sounds culty, but once you experience that, you realize like, oh, so this thing I'm doing is making me better at the thing I'm doing and better at everything else I do. I'm in.
Yeah, it's not even just the gym, it's the actual discipline that also attracts and repels. Jiu-jitsu is one of the hardest things I've ever undertaken. And I've been a firefighter, paramedic. Like I've opened businesses. I've done some fair level of decent stuff with my life. Jiu-jitsu at 51 years old,
yeah, bro.
Being a 165-pound guy that's like 5'8". Oh my God, man. It's a challenge, but I'm just telling you, I wake up, I think about this. I've taken a step back from my companies and I'm only working 2 days a week, about 3 to 4 hours a day tops. I homeschool my son Atlas now, so I can spend more time with him and raise him properly and not just leave it to the fucking school systems.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. Even though we had him in a private Christian, it's still not the same.
Yeah.
I cannot have that. That's not okay. It's not any other man's job to be his role model, right? It's mine.
100%,
so,
dude.
So you know,
That's cool.
All I want to do is really homeschool my boy and do jujitsu, man. That's like mostly what I think about in my life.
Well,
at
and
51.
you've built a path to where you can now financially do that.
Yeah.
Which I would love to talk about as it goes on. But what I wanted to ask you first is, I got into jiu-jitsu at I started dabbling in jiu-jitsu at about 20. Mm-hmm. And then I went all in with jiu-jitsu. I think it was 23. So my white and blue belt phases where I felt like I don't know anything. I was a kid still. Mm-hmm. How does your body feel at 51 going through that?
Ask me. Spin the wheel, bro. Spin the wheel because
it depends.
So it depends. I do a really good job of taking care of myself. I eat clean. I don't drink a lot at all. Mm-hmm. I take the right supplements, TRT, and I make sure my body is taken care of. Like at 51, I'm not, I'm not the world's greatest athlete, but if I'm out here rolling with guys half my age and who are way bigger than me. I'm rolling with guys who are 210, 220 pounds, anywhere from 5'10" to 6'3", and it's fine. Even if I'm not out there dominating, if I can make their life, harder or aggravate them, that's a fucking win for me, man. I'm good with all of that. And then today, obviously you had no gi today. I find myself attracted to gi in the jiu-jitsu world just because I can slow people down and I can manipulate a few things better with the gi, I think. I have a little, maybe more success. Some of the guys that are younger and more explosive in no gi, I have to work really hard. So I do the jiu-jitsu thing. I know you're a rowing guy right now and you're getting ready for your epic journey.
That's why I wasn't getting rounds in tonight.
Yeah, man.
I'm already chilling on the mats.
Good for you. You look lean, bro. You look lean and fucking savage.
No, thank you, bro. I got 5 months until it's time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, dude? And I'm not saying I'm not going to be on the mats at all, but I'm going to be very particular who I roll with. And it's probably going to be gi nights for all the reasons you just said.
Yeah.
I can dictate the pace a little more. I can slow people down. I can't do those rounds like they're doing tonight. Just on the off chance that fucking twang. And then, dude, when I pop my elbow, it's been 4 months now. It took literally 3 months to heal.
How old are you?
45.
Okay, I got you by six years. Yeah.
I think I need some HGH. I think that's where I'm going next.
I take 3 units a day now. I went from 2 to 3, and that with TRT is unreal what it does for you. My recovery.
Have you noticed yourself leaning out easier?
Yeah,
with HGH.
When I started jiu-jitsu, I thought I was in fair shape 9 months ago, but I was running about 185 pounds and now I'm 166. And
okay,
I can see my stomach muscles and I'm
bro, not to sound gay, but you got out of the sauna today, and I was
super gay.
I was like, oh, you're fucking jacked, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And
I literally thought, not very many 51-year-olds look like that, dude.
I appreciate that. I give a shit, man. I really care about my life, and I want to be the best version of myself. That's my purpose in life. I'm sure we can get into all that, but the reason I'm here is to create the best version of myself and give that gift back to the world, my family, and my community.
Yeah.
And that's all the only reason. So I don't fuck around with that at all. That's my life.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm here for. So I do try to eat clean. I like I said, I very rarely drink. I maintain a good schedule, and as far as my body goes, how do I feel? I feel really good most days. The TRT and the HGH really go a long way. It's a motherfucker that it's so hard to get HGH for almost anybody. You either have to get it black market or you have to have a lot of money.
I'm going black market.
Yeah. You talk to me later. I got you.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, I always joke. It's like, dude, you can go downtown Seattle and find any drug that you want. And you can find people using them, and you can find people like nobody gives a fuck about drugs anymore. So if someone gets butthurt that, oh my God, he has testosterone. Okay, send the DEA after me. So which they probably will.
So here, my regimen every week is 1 milligram of testosterone 250 sipping it. I add 1 milliliter, one of NPP 100 and 1 milliliter of Masteron 200, and I split that up. So twice a week, splitting that up. That's the total dosage twice a week. And I take 3 units of HGH a day. I used to break it into 2 in the morning and 1 in the evening. I'm just too fucking lazy.
Bro, I take usually 2 shots a week.
Of HGH?
No, of test.
It's better for your overall levels. I mean, otherwise you spike, and I kind of like my race car running in the red zone.
That's what I'm saying, but I can't tell you how many days I forget one of my shots, and it's like, oh fuck, dude, I missed Wednesday. Like, it just happens all the time, and it's annoying because I know that you're not supposed to take 1 bigger shot a week, but it's just like, I don't know. I've been on it for years, and I still always forget.
Yeah, sometimes when I hit that lazy mode too, and I hit I'll take my big shot once a week, and I don't wait 7 days. I usually go to my 5th or 6th day. I keep the race car running red. It's okay, man.
And that's the thing, because people are like, oh, you're going to do this to your health, and you're going to do that to your health. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that there's not a potential downside to doing this to my body. I'm not going to say there's not, because like there might be medical literature, someone that knows more than me can argue, right? But what I can assure you is my friends that are in our 40s and our 50s that still have 6-packs, that can still go run a mile. I did 12,000 meters before you got here today. I've been doing 20,000 meters on the erg like every other day, and then 10 to 15 on the in-between days. Just fucking hammering. And it's like, oh, dude, I'm still a good athlete. Like, it's almost surprising me how well I'm doing on that. And it's like, okay, so if you want to act like because we take some testosterone and some peptides or some HGH, you're somehow going to kill yourself. You know who's going to kill himself? All the guys with the fucking, they're 250 pounds and they got the giant beer bellies and they sit in front of their fucking televisions all day.
Yeah.
Worry about those guys.
Yeah, don't worry about the guys out here who are taking care of it. I agree with that 100%. And you can do this even if you... I don't recommend bro science. I recommend everybody's educated. You know, I was a medic for years. You know, my wife's a doctor and a surgeon.
Yep.
I get my blood work done I don't do it as often as I should, but every 6 months I go run it. I know when my hematocrit levels start to get high, I kind of feel like pressure in my body.
You donate blood then?
Yeah, I have blood bags at my house. I actually just do it at home. I'm not going to fucking go somewhere and waste my time. When I'm done with my day, I either poke myself or I have Jen poke me and I bleed off 650 cc's.
Do you feed it to the dog or something?
No, that's actually savage. I should do that. Yeah, no,
I was just thinking, dude, if I'm going to bleed off that much blood,
I'm going to
put it in Govin's bowl.
That's a great idea. Yeah, my dogs would be so confused. But yeah, but that's what I do. I bleed off. And so, you know, I look at my levels. I mean, dude, you can go get a blood draw, take a picture of it, shoot it through AI and go, tell me everything that's good and bad. And dude, so it'll read to me. And it's like, dude, and my shit reads like, dude, you have an athletic heart. You have an athletic, you know, like everything about what's going on inside my body looks good. I don't have anything other than maybe like my liver enzymes might be high sometimes, but I also sometimes I take ibuprofen and Tylenol like together.
Shame.
Well, dude, listen, you know, it's just fucking bad. It is bad for you. That's like one of the worst things I do. I know, bad, right?
Yeah.
You're savage. But you know, like that might be, but it's not elevated even to the point of risk. It's just like one thing where it's like, if the range is whatever it is, I'm on the higher end of liver enzyme. And dude, I still fucking drink a ton of water. I fucking eat clean. I roll in jujitsu. I lift weights and I row too. I row anywhere from, I do 30 minutes minutes to an hour a day on my off days. And sometimes I'll row and I'll do jiu.
Bro, isn't it the best fucking thing?
It's low impact, man. And it's really good for your jujitsu.
It's good for your jujitsu. And I didn't realize that rowing was good for jujitsu until literally a month ago.
Oh God.
Because I've never found an exercise that I can bro, you can hit that thing so hard that you're profusely sweating and you're dry heaving.
Yeah.
Just like redlining your engine. Like I'll do 5Ks and just fucking go as hard as you can. And dude, there's nothing else you can push yourself like that. I go home, go to bed, wake up, and I feel great.
Yeah. It's just so such
like,
low impact.
Like walking down dude, I haven't been able to walk downstairs pain-free in as long as I can remember.
From exercise.
And since I fucking stepped away from rolling hard and I'm on the rower, I feel fucking great. And I jokingly tell my students, I was like, dude, this is not a good a business model to show how detrimental jiu-jitsu can be to you. But here's the thing. It's making me realize I just have to be smarter with it. Not every round has to be fighting to the fucking death. Constantly, bro.
What do you mean? I live in the white belt world. That's all I do. Everything is to the death.
I know, dude.
I'm fairly tempered because I am 51. I'm not 23, and I get it. Like, I don't know how some of you guys have been rolling for 20 years.
22 years.
Yeah, and your body's like, I've had a shoulder surgery. I'm like the world's longest white belt because I've had shoulder surgeries on both sides where I've stepped back. I've been afraid to get back in.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I don't want to. I recently fucked up my hand. That's going to be for life, but I still roll and I just have to flex it. And I go, there's a bunch of shit I do for that. But the reality is, some of you guys that have been doing this for 20 years, like, oh my
bro,
God,
I don't want to say I'm lucky because I have put a lot of effort into recovery, all the stuff, right?
Yeah, and I watch
my fucking body. Sure, I just said it hurts to walk downstairs and it's achy and it's this and it's that. It's not anymore though. Like in a matter of fucking 2 months, staying away or just stepping away from those fucking savage rounds, and I feel great. 22 years of jiu-jitsu, I've never blown an ACL or a fucking shoulder. I've never had any serious back injuries, like fucking pretty much tons of smaller things.
But no major shit.
No major shit, bro.
Nothing.
A hernia. It's the worst thing. I had a hernia and then I had to have the hernia surgery and that was it, bro.
Well, good genetics and you're just blessed, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody else I know is like, there's some shit with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the 40 and ups in my gym, at our academy, BPI fight. And it's, everybody stretching out and you just can hear the 40, everybody over 40 is like, oh, it's like play the song of my people, these old fuckers. and it's great, man. It's, now that I'm in this strange space with jiu-jitsu where I've got this like love affair with this sport and this discipline, I actually want to compete next year at some point. So I'm trying to prep my body for that as well.
Yeah.
I want to go do something that like scares me and that I should be pushing my limits again. And then when I'm in like a Masters 5, I get to roll with people my size and I get to see what I'm really fucking made of.
Your size and your age.
Yeah. Let me go.
What a novel concept.
Yeah. I want to make your life fucking miserable. That's what I think I'm going to do anyway.
Well, bro, everybody thinks that, right?
Yeah. Well, good.
But here's the thing. You better think that.
Yeah.
If you don't think you're going to go out there and win, don't go compete. That's what I tell my athletes. Cause like there's a lot of teams or professors that are kind of like, hey, win or learn, and it's like, okay, that's a cool slogan to say. And it's also truth. If you go out there and get your ass kicked, you will learn something. That is a truth, right? But I also don't want to go into the competition with a win or learn attitude. I want to go into the competition with,
I'm going to fucking win.
I'm going to fucking win.
Yeah.
And because here's the deal, bro. Competition is not rolling out on the mat with your homies. It's like, it is significantly harder. And that's just how it is because that's jiu-jitsu being applied at 100%. Think about that.
It is
100%.
Yeah, because we never do that.
We just don't.
It's
dude.
like there's a level of trust, Bill. I know what your injuries are in my gym. I know my partners.
And I know my partners. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's like we understand each other's patterns and habits and stuff. And I'm not saying that detracts from roles, but what it does is you have an understanding of each other. when you compete, it's like, is this guy gonna fucking pull and put me in a lasso, or is he gonna blast? Is he a fucking collegiate athlete, a wrestler? You just have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Is he a judoka that did this for, and now he's wearing a white belt and he's going to fuck it. Yeah. I've seen that shit too.
And there's everything. There's everything. There's fucking white belts that feel like they're black belts. And then there's fucking black belts that feel like they're white belts. And there's everything in between, bro. Yeah. So you just never know what you're going to get. And I've competed against guys and just fucking murked them. And it's like, God, dude, that's a black belt? Like, surprising, right? And then I've had guys that have probably said that about me after the match. And everything in between, bro.
Sure, that's jujitsu, right?
Jiu-jitsu.
That is jujitsu. I've again, I'm just being a 2-stripe white belt. And I've been in and out of this for years, right? Like I've tested. In fact, the first place I rolled in Coeur d'Alene was Henzo Gracie, owned by Seth.
Okay.
It was shortly after he had died, actually.
Yeah.
And so I've been in and out, and then with the injuries, I just was lukewarm with this shit for so long. And I told Jen this last year. I was like, I need to go back into combat for my own fucking personal mental health and my physical health. Like, it's like my oxygen mask. If I'm not
100%, bro.
I'm just told her, I'm like, I can't fucking, if I don't put my own oxygen mask on, I can't take care of anybody else. I'm like, I need to be in fucking combat again. I did Krav Maga for like 4 years, which touched on jujitsu. I roll and it's like,
I always called it Krav Maga.
It is Krav Maga.
Because they want to touch dicks, right? Yeah. Every shot is a shot to the nuts. But that's true. Yeah. Hey, I want to come to my gym and I'll touch your dick. But that's also me talking shit because I don't know anything about Krav Maga. I've trained.
It's Israeli commando.
I've trained I know what it is, but I've trained exactly 0 minutes of Krav Maga. So.
Well, you probably, seeing your background, you probably have experienced a lot of the training disciplines or techniques. Mm-hmm. You just might not call it that, right? You've done tons of killer shit, right? There's military and police, and you have a pretty savage background. So,
well, I'll tell you this, bro, because this is it's probably not good for the profession, but it's just a truth. Almost all of the hand-to-hand you get as a police officer is like silly dog shit.
Is it really?
It really is, bro.
I see some of the reels. I see some of the shit on Instagram of like officers just getting dominated. And I'm like, what the fuck is like? Bro, go train jujitsu for God's sake.
They call it like in the police world, they call it wristy twisty, right? Because it's like they'll grab your hand and in the academy, be like, grab someone by the wrist and turn it this way and put their hand behind their back and cuff them, and it's like, you can't control a grown-ass man by his hand. His hand. You went the furthest thing you could get from his core to take control of him. You want to control men, you control their hips. You know what I mean? And so it's like the stuff is still so ineffective that's regularly taught at police academies. Then they send them out. And not only are they not being taught like adequate techniques, but they don't do live repetitions of it. Hey, go right now. Greg, take your uniform off. You're the bad guy. Don't let him arrest you. Shouldn't you be doing drills like that?
100%.
Don't let him. Very simple. It's like, and not only.
So you go through combatives in like an academy and like maybe some training throughout the year, So it's like jujitsu. You can't become a black belt going to weekend seminars.
You can't become a black belt just drilling technique either.
You can't get a fucking stripe on a white belt.
It has to become live training, and that's what I was gonna say. I bet this.
What a shame, dude.
And this is just fucking. I'm kind of shooting from the hip, but I would bet if you took every single block of instruction that was allocated towards arrest and control and police combatives and those throughout the academy, and you just put people in groups of 3, and you said 2 officers, 1 bad guy, 100% resistance outside of biting and punching and shit, right? Just grappling, right? 100% resistance, and just do that routine over and over and over. And sometimes you got 2 chicks arresting a big guy, and sometimes you got 2 fucking giant guys arresting a chick, right? Like you would get reps on it, and I bet they would just intuitively start to see patterns that would work and patterns that won't work, But they won't do that. You know why? Because that would be fucking hard.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Like, bro, that would be a hard training session. Like fucking 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and we're gonna do live arrest and control drills. Go, and bro. That's basically what you guys just did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, someone who doesn't want to go along with your program.
Yeah.
I want to do this to you, and I don't want to let you do that.
And
I have my own plan for you. I'm going to have something I want to do to you.
And so, like, bro, for cops not willing to sign up at jiu-jitsu academies, it makes me question, like, why are they even in the profession? Your job is to put hands on people and take them into custody, which requires control. And so... Oh, fuck, dude. You're getting about fired up talking about cops all night.
My gym, our BPI has, we have a lot of law enforcement officers. One of our professors is actually the captain of Coeur d'Alene PD, Jeff Walther, Professor Walther. He's an absolute fucking savage and a great human. I learned so much stuff from him. But we have a lot of cops, a lot of law enforcement, ISP, and those guys are cool, man. Those guys take that shit seriously. But again, how big is the force? And I don't know if everybody takes it that serious. I don't know if other cops are in other places. The few law enforcement officers that I roll with are just they're there for real.
Yep.
Right. They shoot, they fight, their shit's wrapped tight.
Yeah.
And, I love rolling with those guys. There's a couple of them that I really enjoy, like going hard with.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just good dudes.
And the cool thing about cops that do train, and this is another reason I always recommend it every time it comes up, you get to start to meet a really diverse section of your jurisdiction. And that's a good thing for a cop. Because if you just stay focused on cop shit, which a lot of cops do, you hang out with cops, you work with cops, and like everything becomes fucking... You're immersed in that world. In jiu-jitsu, they get to really hang out with normal people.
Yeah. Well, being a fireman for many years and having been to some police functions, it's like they have a different sense of humor. It's a different like mindset. It's a very like, I always felt like the firemen were like so laid back and easy, and cops were kind of like intense and needed like, and granted, I think what law enforcement officers do, I think that's harder than fire. Personally, I think it is. Those guys say the opposite. Some are like, dude, I don't want to do what you do.
I mean, here's the deal. Either one of those careers can get the call that's fucking catastrophic for your heart and your mind to fucking process and deal with, right?
Yeah, we've seen all that.
And so it's like, I think about it for firefighters in particular, seeing so many people hurt through car accidents. Because that's an everyday thing for you guys, yeah?
Yeah, bodies should in places and doing things they shouldn't be doing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I've seen some gnarly stuff, and it's like people are always like, oh, what's the weird, they think it's like some glory shit to talk about, and it's like, you don't want to hear about a 16-year-old kid that was burned up in his car when I pulled him out and dumped him into the ME's bag. His perineal sac had burned away and all his guts spilled out and his foot was crushed in the car and I had to cut it off with my shears. Like, that's real shit.
Yeah.
And like, you just don't forget. And the only thing that wasn't burned on that kid was his penis. It's wild, bro. The only thing on him, like down to the skull and the meat and the bone, like, and the guts. And I'm telling you, his penis is the only thing that wasn't burned. It's the only fucking thing on his body. And like, that shit sticks with you too.
Because it's just fucking
just
gross
fucking
and
wild, man. It's like some strange thing that will never forget. Why would that? What the fuck, man? And he was sitting with his sister, who was a couple years. He was actually 14. The sister was 16, but it doesn't matter. The point is yeah, you see all that shit. You see the shootings, the stabbings, the car accidents, the suicides. It's all what it is, man. None of that really, I guess, ever really got to me too much because it was just the job, just the fucking job.
So you were able to compartmentalize it then fairly well.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just, hey, it's just the fucking job.
I've always been able to do that.
You think there's some dark shit in there that you're gonna have to dump out one day?
No, I think there's I just think there's dark shit.
With it.
I'm 100% at peace with my darkness, man. I understand the world is not a perfect, happy, shiny place.
Yeah.
I've never been a perfect human being. I fall short just like most people. I do my best to create the best version of myself. I have my own, endless endeavor of making myself that best version. But man, I mean, I've lived a faulty fucking life too, man. I haven't done things perfectly. I've fucked up plenty of things in my life. And despite having accomplished some cool shit, I look back and I'm like, oh, I really fucked that up. And I really did a poor job here. And like every time, but God continues to put opportunities in front of me and things that, show me that I'm getting better all the time, right? And I just refuse to fucking not be better than I was yesterday, right? Even if I'm fighting age or I'm fighting whatever the hell it is, injuries, I will not fucking quit. I will not fucking lay down. I will not fucking become fat, lazy, complacent, stupid. Like I just won't do that. There's no scenario where I'm going to be a lesser version of myself. That first portion of your life, you're learning, and that second portion of your life, you're earning. And now, in this third portion of my life, I'm returning. I'm giving back to my kids. I sponsor fighters out of my gym. I do my best to mentor my guys in my shop, right? Like I'm in the third phase of my life, but I'm not going to be a lesser version than I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I might not be as strong as I was at 31 or as athletic, but I can still be a better version tomorrow.
Bro, I can tell you this. I have enjoyed the last 5 years of my life, my 40 to 45, better than any phase by far. Now, also, I was able to free myself from like the rat race of employment. My wife and I had gone on a pretty crazy marriage odyssey where we kind of came back together and things are fucking good. It's like, so there are a lot of different things are coming together, but I feel like that's kind of a normal age. Because bro, like you said, during your 30s, you're earning, and the kids are young. At least my kids were young, and it was just that was the hardest phase to like keep everything together. Like being in my 20s, being in war, easiest phase of my life. You know what I mean? Like, sure, okay, it's dangerous. Cool. When you're 22, you don't care that it's dangerous. You watch all those kids fucking doing parkour, jumping off of fucking buildings and shit. When you're 22, you don't care if it's dangerous.
No.
And so I always tell people, war was actually pretty simple. All right, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Cool. All right. And then you go right from war to now you're at home and you have a new baby and your wife has a job and you have to you're at home with the kid on 2 days a week or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, fuck, dude.
Dude, I've met a bunch of guys that have come from your genre, that very, special ops guys who, SEALs and Rangers and the whole bit. And it seems like this common thread from the people that I met, great guys, but unless they've got the mission, like there has to be some mission or they just don't feel, don't feel fucking complete, man. I met guys, they have beautiful lives and kids and like, they're just not happy unless there's some, mission, that's like, it's gotta be something that like is like life or death or
bro, I don't know.
Super heavy. And I don't know what that is, but like, Jen still wonders oftentimes because Seth had I think we all have our own dark sides, our own level of moral flexibility.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't care who knows. I do. I have a certain level of moral flexibility when it comes to like whether you exist or not. I don't care. Right. Like if the shit goes down, like I just, like I have that moral flexibility that really truly lives. But, Jen used to wonder, like why Seth, struggled with some of that stuff. And I see, and having met, his friends, you and Greg Lappin, I see parallels there, right? The stories I hear, it's like, there's gotta be a fucking mission. There's gotta be like that what's next. And if it doesn't exist, it's like there's
a spiral.
Yeah, man. Like there's a chaos that's like inside you guys. So I don't know.
Bro, I can tell you, and I don't think Monkey was able to find peace with mission of jiu-jitsu. Even though he made it to black belt and he loved jiu-jitsu, there was still a lot of chaos in his heart. Whereas for me, bro, leaning into jiu-jitsu gave me a lot of that. It gave me the brotherhood. It gave me something to focus on. It gave me an outlet. Like you were just saying, like you get on the mats and it's like, oh, this is fucking, you purge all the bullshit from the day.
Yeah, it's my filter.
It is, bro. And that really was like, bro, jiu-jitsu was my fucking therapy, my medicine. And the funny thing is I didn't even really realize that all at the time. It's just, it felt right. And it was a good place to be. And I had good people around me and good coaches, good mentors, all of that stuff.
A lot of that makes a big difference too. Because it's not just the jiu-jitsu. I'm telling you, whoever your professor was and whatever lineage you've got, it's like me and Professor Jason Lambert. Like that's one of the few men in my life. We talked about this at Guns Gis. You know, I don't have a lot of dudes that hold me up to like a high standard. Like I'm doing that for people around me in my companies and just in general. But there's a few men in my life that are like, hey man, you can do better. I expect more. I need, and their coaching is real and it's honest and it's not fluffy and it's not always like, right. It's real and it's meant to sharpen me. It's not meant to be demeaning or to be like it's just, I expect you to be sharp and I want you to be, and I have to return that to the same people. So,
you know, I would say I've just recently grown into a place as a coach, which is crazy because I've been a black belt for over 10 years now, but because what people will inevitably do is once they trust you on the mats, they will trust you off the mats with all kinds of different life advice questions. So I get all kinds of stuff from people, right? And it took me a long time to be able to do exactly what you just said. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm gonna tell you what I think is going to be the most beneficial thing for you to hear,
right?
Regardless of how it makes you feel.
Right. It's done, and it's with love.
That's what I'm saying.
It really is. It's like, hey, I love you, so I'm gonna be honest with you.
I phrased it the other day like you can be a dick when it's coming from a place of love, and that's the thing. It's like. And the thing, that person's interpreting you being a dick, but sometimes a message just has to be said.
I think if people know where your heart lies and you say some real shit,
right. That's
like,
right.
You know, like there are sometimes I say some uncomfortable shit to my guys about like where they're at, what they're doing, what the perception is, how clients perceive them. I know they don't love that when I drop the hammer a bit. I know, but they know that I'm telling them for a reason. And the ship, like your gym, it's run very tight. I've got a very tight ship that's run. Like my shops are super clean. They're super organized. You know, our services, our levels remain super high. We have like 550 5-star reviews now. Like,
oh wow,
yeah, we've been around. I've been in business 3.5 years. We've just dominated, and you know, it's not just me, right? It's not all yay me. That's Metal Mike and that's Maximus and Justice McManus and Jace and hey, I have great fucking people. But
so how did that even come to be then?
What do you mean? How did what come to be?
Opening a barbershop.
Man, being a fireman and a paramedic, I left the service to get out of the city. I wanted to get to the Pacific Northwest. I moved.
Where were you a fireman at?
Phoenix. So I actually worked for the city of Casa Grande, which is in the Phoenix regional system. So we're part of the Phoenix.
Got it.
So Casa Grande, we had about 140 square miles of service area, 4 stations, about 85,000 residents. I ran for my first 4 years was at station 501, which was the busiest house in the city. I bid there. I had the opportunity to I graduated.
That's what you wanted. You wanted to go work.
Oh, dude, how are you going to be a good fireman? Why do I want to go to a lazy? Like, send me to the shit, bro. Put me in the hood.
How old were you when you started?
31.
Okay.
Yeah, 31 to almost 41 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was a firefighter, medic. I was a paramedic, bump up engineer, evoc. Wildland, which I didn't like, hazmat guy. It was a great run, and I've got some, I've got probably 50 first in fires and one legitimate save out of a fire, which is on body recovery, which was really nice. That was some real shit. It was a great run, and ultimately though, like the city was wearing on me. 6.5 million people in Phoenix, raising a family, just all the crime, all the bullshit. Even the heat in the summer is just outrageous.
So it was. It was more of the things outside of the job.
Oh yeah,
the job itself, or was it wearing on you?
The job was wearing on me, but it wasn't the things that you think were wearing on me. It wasn't the dead people, the kids, the
chain of command bullshit.
It was a lot of, you know what it was? If I'm going to just be straight up fucking honest, was we had a real cultural problem. Like when I wanted to get in the fire service, first of all, I worked. Look at me, man. I'm 5'8". At that time I was like 170, right? Like I didn't know anybody in the fire service. It took me less than a year to get hired. You don't just go sign up a fucking application and get hired. I competed with like 900 fucking people, right? Physically on the, my civil service test. I didn't get preferential military points. I had to be a fucking savage. I had to beat all these people, and I knew I could, but I poured myself into that, and it took me just under a year to get hired full time with the municipality. And so, in my head, I'm like, I wanted to join a brotherhood. I wanted to be part of a brotherhood. I wanted something to be where it was like dudes who were all about like real shit, right? Like in bond. And what I found out was the department I went to had a lot of cultural issues, and there was just a lot of dysfunction on the level of on unacceptable levels from a human level. So I've watched medics kill people and like keep my name off the reports because they know I'd say the truth. I've watched, we had I went on a cop suicide once. A guy, cop shot himself in the mouth with a 45 at a nice, quarter size hole in the parietal of his head, brain matter showing, criked him, brought him to the hospital, calls him dead. I'm like, we get there and it's just load and go situation. And I find out our battalion chief was fucking his wife, and they got into a big fist fight. And so I want you to picture the dramas that go on. So I mean, it gets dude. We had medics that cut clothes off of women and took pictures of their breasts. These are not things that I condone or that I allow or that I will accept as normal or okay. And so I'm a guy
like chicks that were out cold or dead chicks.
Out cold.
Okay.
None's better. You're dead.
No. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to understand. But bro, like, wait.
I'm telling you, if you did that to my daughter, I'll
bro.
fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
You're dead.
You're dead. You're just not going to live. I'm going to go to jail, and I have enough money to probably to get a lawyer and to fight for this. But here's the deal: you're not going to assault my family like that.
No.
So I've seen, and it goes on. I caught captains stealing morphine and made them waste it in the sink, and I didn't report them because brotherhood shit. And it just, dude, that shit wore on me, man, because I'm a truth sayer, and I know that doesn't make me a lot of friends, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're not my fucking friend. I really don't.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but I'm going to say the truth, and I'm going to live the path that I live. And because I was a truth sayer and because I fucking didn't accept a lot of shit, I got pushed back on, like when the last medic, I'll give you a really quick story. We get to a call. Well, I get there in the morning. We jump a call that's early. I think trade-off was 8:00 and it was like 7:45. Call kicks out. We were like, hey, we'll run it. We jump on it. We get there. This lady's in the drive. She's actually like on side yard in this gravel, pink velour suit, face down prone. And she's got like a cops put a blanket over her, and we're like, what do we got? And they're like, she looks like she died or something. And the medic, I'm a medic student at this time, right? Yeah.
She looks like she died.
She thinks she's dead, whatever. So there's an algorithm you follow. There's an obvious death algorithm and there's an apparent death algorithm. Obvious is like brain matter showing, rigor mortis. There's a bunch of shit that you can say like definitively you are dead. That is the obvious death algorithm. And then there's an apparent death algorithm where you need to put a 12 lead on and establish that there's no, heart rhythm and that there's no electrical activity. That you need to make sure this is not a savable person. So we go on this fucking call.
You pull the blanket back as you just sits up.
So I'm a medic student at the time.
And
this fat fuck engineer, I won't even say his name. It's just
it's not important.
So it doesn't matter. But this fat fucking lazy engineer pulls the blanket back, looks at her, pokes her, and like literally just pokes her.
Obvious dead.
Yeah, and then puts the thing on over, and he's like, "Let's go get burritos." All he wanted to do was get his fucking burrito and feed his fat ass. And so we get in the truck, and I'm a medic student, right? And you have to ask questions. Chain of command is still chain of command.
Yeah.
Paramilitary structure. You don't fucking say shit, but you can ask a question that's respectful. And so I was like, hey, Engineer Bryant. I just said his fucking name. I said, Engineer. Fuck you, Bryant. Anyway, I was like, hey, man. I was like, hey, Engineer.
Editing that out.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I was like, hey, can you just help me understand why you went down the obvious death algorithm instead of the apparent death algorithm? And he proceeded to tell me I was never going to be a good fucking medic and I couldn't tell shit, about anything and blah, blah, blah. And her eyes were, her skin was modeled and her eyes were fixed. And I was like,
well,
no, they weren't. And so hold on real quick. We get back to the station. Okay. So we had to go back to the station, finish fucking the truck check off so we can go get his fat ass a burrito. And as we pull into the station, call kicks out, same address. That lady's alive. So now we go back and now we run a fucking code.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I feel like there's some missing parts.
No, this is it. He poked her. She said dead. I'm like, hey, why'd you go down there?
But you guys left.
Yeah, I know.
She's still there?
Oh yeah.
Well, what was she there?
Well, we're not. Yeah. So what do you mean? Why is she still there? Because we don't transport the body in the fire engine. We don't do that.
So she was there with the aid car crew.
Well, so we would run. Southwest Ambulance had the certificate of necessity for our city, so they would run with us. But they still don't transfer. You usually you could get a medical examiner, right, to get out there. They're going to take the body to the appropriate location and like whether it's
got it. So once you guys say she's dead, we're going to go get burritos.
Yeah. Well, and that's not my call. I'm just riding backwards. I'm the fireman, bro. I'm not making the calls. I'm not the captain. I'm not the engineer.
Yeah.
But this guy was the engineer, and the captain was just as bad as he was. Every bit as complacent. That guy used to go get massages on duty, and we'd be out
little rub and tugs.
Yeah. I don't know if rub and tuggies, but he'd get a massage, and so just imagine this. Imagine you're someone in your family has a medical emergency.
Oh yeah.
And now instead of getting your first due engine 4 minutes away, you're getting second due 9 to 12 minutes away, and somebody dies because of that. Like that's garbage. That's shit behavior.
That's crazy, dude.
So the call kicks out, same address. So now we get there, and now what are we doing? We're working a fucking code. So now we're doing the whole thing, right? It's the whole kit and caboodle.
And you're with the same crew.
Oh, same crew. Yeah. It's the same crew. Okay. So I'm like, so we fucking get her to the hospital. She fucking dies, of course. And this was probably a savable human. Initially, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dude, you know how much time we wasted fucking leaving and fucking going back and so we leave and we get back to the station, the call kicks out, we go back.
It's that scene
we run
from
the
Monty
code,
Python.
We go to the hospital. Dude, we go to weekend at Bernie's, yeah. So we drive, we leave at the hospital and then and I see the report later because obviously the family gets involved. I hear there's a lawsuit. So I go back and I read the fucking handwritten report. Well, guess whose fucking name isn't on it?
Oh, shit.
Mine, because they don't want me in court asking, why did you go down the fucking, why did you go down the obvious death algorithm instead of the apparent? Because I will say the fucking truth. Oh. Again, I don't really give a fuck if you don't like me.
They kept you off of it.
Oh yeah, dude, this was so the original question that we started talking about was, did you leave because of, city shit? Was the job grind? It wasn't the job. I love being a fireman. I love taking care of fucking people. That's where I'm at my best, is taking care of people, right? Whether it's my fucking family or a stranger or helping out. Even tonight, like if I can jump in and help out clean the mats, I'm at my best doing that. I just want to do that. I don't do it because I want anything. I do it because that's where I'm good, right? Yeah. That's where I'm happy. And so, how'd I open a barbershop? Dude, at the end of the day, so I left the fire service. I moved to Portland for a little while. I managed a steel mill. They closed down, went to Canada. I went to Coeur d'Alene and set up shop over there. Wasn't sure what I was going to do. And, I worked as a project manager developing police and military duty holsters with Tedder Industries. That was pretty rad. Did that for, 5 years. COVID hit. World got weird. And I just wanted to do something for myself. I was like, fuck all this corporate bullshit. I'm tired of everybody. Like the wind blows and you can just let me go and I don't matter anymore and blah, blah. And I'm like, well, my neighbor was a barber and he was like, dude, you should be a barber. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That does sound crazy.
You lost your fucking mind.
Because you're 40 something at this point.
Yeah, I was 44.
And he says, you should be a barber.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you'd be great.
Ever cut hair in your life?
Never. I'm more technical, but I consider myself technical with haircuts. I'm not an artist, man. People think what I do is
so
art.
you can follow a protocol then, kind of, huh?
Oh, I was a good medic for that reason.
Okay.
I follow 100%. So I ultimately started thinking about, I'm like, hanging out with dudes, right? This might be kind of cool. That's a sacred relationship. Most barbers and their people have a really sacred relationship. And so I went and I worked with my neighbor for a little while, and he's kind of a dirtbag and just ran it like a piggy bank and didn't know what he was doing. His business acumen was super low, level of intelligence very low, customer service very low, and it was annoying as fuck.
So he didn't do well.
Yeah. He built himself up, and then he destroyed everything he made. So a lot of his shops don't even exist. I think he went from 3 shops down to one crappy one out in Sandpoint. And I don't know what he's doing now because I don't keep in contact. I'm too busy focused on my shit. Mm-hmm. I don't really watch what my competition does, to be honest, because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I have a vision, I have a mission, and that's what I follow. Go ahead.
When you decided your buddy talks you into this or just suggests it and you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Well, I went and checked it out and I was like, well, what else am I going to do? It's COVID. And I if I do this, it's a scalable business, Greg. You have memberships here, money comes in. You are here because you're the face. The barbershop's the same thing. I pay a very healthy commission to my barbers. I want all my barbers to make 6 figures that are motivated and talented.
So each barber's clearing six figures.
Not each. It depends on their level of
I see.
like work. So like,
But the good ones are.
yeah, like my top guy, this summer, he was hitting damn near 3,000 a week. And even now in our slow season, every week he's hitting, I don't know, $2,000, 1,700 to $2,000 per week. And he's 28 years old. He's been a barber less than a year. My people that
Less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year.
I guess I just didn't realize there's that kind of money in it.
And I also run a luxury shop though. I have luxury barber shops that focus on service and people. And
And how many do you have? Two?
I have two barber shops and a paramedical tattoo company.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have 3 businesses.
And both shops are in Coeur d'Alene? Both barber shops?
All 3 businesses are in Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
They're only a mile from each other, actually.
What, no. What was that last phrase you used?
I don't know. What was it?
Something tattoo shop?
Paramedical tattoo company.
Is that when you're knocking people out?
No, I don't need to knock anybody out. I tattoo, I replicate human hair follicles on the human head. And
I see.
Yeah, if you've never seen it, dude, you need to check out on my Instagram, which is smp.ink.cda. And I literally replicate human hair follicles to help men and women that have, androgenetic alopecia, scars, anything that's like caused hair loss, right? So if you're a man or a woman, you've lost your hairline, like with this hairline, that's not a real hairline, that's tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody knows that. Like nobody knows that. Unless I tell them, yeah, now I see you looking at it.
Yeah, I am looking now.
Yeah, because it's soft, it's natural, and like what it does is it frames the face, right? And it creates symmetry, which is attractive. You don't realize that. And so like if I'm bald, like these guys are bald, you look at somebody's face and there's no frame, there's no anchor that keeps their eyes anchored to yours. And so that's why the eyes drift up and people become very self-conscious about it when they're looking at themselves in the mirror. And having been an athlete most of my life and done some savage shit, like I just was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, I looked old and fucked up. And I told Jen, I was like, hey, what do you think about this thing right here? I'm going to go, I was thinking about doing it. She's like, yeah, whatever you want. And I went down to Boise, got it done. It changed my life. And I was like, I can help a lot of people with this. And dude, it's been a huge blessing, man. We have our company has done, we've worked with the likes of like Floyd Mayweather. We've done Rampage Jackson. We've done Santana. We've done Jay Cutler, Will.i.am. We have facilities in Scottsdale, Las Vegas, Coeur d'Alene, Atlanta, Seattle, and Tennessee. And I know we've been looking at a couple other facilities. So we just have like a national footprint. We've got the only accredited body to train other SMP, scalp micropigmentation practitioners. That's what the actual business is called, is scalp micropigmentation. And so it's been super rad. Like, and I've been in that for a few years, and it's a
kind of crazy. You just kind of fucking go in whatever and make shit happen. Huh?
I can.
Yeah.
I can save your life or make you a lot of money. Those are 2 things I'm pretty good at. Someday I hope I can say I'm good at jujitsu too, but I'm not there.
So then acquiring wealth, is it just been something you've done your whole life on the side? Like just being smart with money? Or is it since you've walked away from the fire department and now became an entrepreneur?
Yeah, being an entrepreneur has changed my life. And you know this because you went from being a salary cop, right?
Yep.
You make okay money. You're going to be a blue collar guy your whole life. You're going to get some retirement. Cool. But you're never going to have a scalable business.
And your retirement is never going to set you free either.
Fuck no.
It's the same system that you're in and you're stuck.
Yeah. And I just had this conversation with one of my fireman friends the other day. I have another project I want to work on. I used to teach oral board mastery for people that want to get in and teach them how to, benchmark points when they're doing the oral board interviews. I really got deep into this when I wanted to get hired. I was like, what do I need to do? And then I broke it down into like, here's what it actually takes. And then I started like creating systems to be able to beat the system. Right. Mm-hmm. So I have that's a whole nother project called Hired Under Fire that I want to do, but it can help police, it can help law enforcement. It's definitely designed for fire guys. I want to make that accessible to everybody through online education, and that'll be something else I do at some point. But I'm not doing any more barbershops. I scaled that. The guys make great commissions and fantastic tips, and they can make as much money as they want, man, as much as they want. And, for me, it's set me free to a great degree. I still take my VIP clients, but I charge a lot. If you want to come sit in my chair, it's expensive.
That's what I was just going to say. You still cut a little hair then.
I do. I have people who I really love. It's not the money. It's people I really enjoy spending time with now.
Yeah.
Right. If it's somebody who I love, and they're like, hey, I will find a way to work them into either Tuesday or Thursday in the 3 or 4 hour window that I do work. Right. and I make sure those people were taken care of. And I do charge a premium to come sit in my chair and whatever. And they love me and I love them. It does nothing, but it's really not the money. I just do that because it's not, otherwise it's not like it has to be valuable, right? They have to know that they're spending good money on themselves to spend time with somebody who really cares about them. And I know their life. I know their life story. Like the barber and client relationship, believe it or not, is fucking sacred, man. It really is. Like if I met you in the store, you would never tell me about your wife or your strife or your problems, your health or you sit in my barber chair.
We talk about all that shit.
Dude, there's some weird fucking magic that happens in that space. And I don't know if it's because there's this intimacy of, I'm touching, like that's something I would never be in a public store touching your hair in your face.
Yeah.
Right. That's super like intimate for dudes to do that shit. So
but in that setting, it's
normal.
It's accepted.
Yeah.
You know what,
and you
bro?
have to do it professionally.
Hey, you just nailed it.
Yeah.
To be able to sit there and let a dude fucking put his fingers through your hair, you have to just
and not
the guards down.
And like not make it weird. And so here's the problem: so many barbers make it fucking weird.
Tell me a story about a guy making it weird.
Oh God, dude, I've had. So I have a really good core group of people. Dude, you're gonna make me fucking just to tell you weird shit, bro. So I've had it weird. There's been a couple of guys that have done some weird shit. I had one guy that used to smoke so much weed that he couldn't fucking function, and I had a client call me and say, "Hey man," and he videotaped him picking his nose and eating his booger. And I was just like, oh, like how do you even respond to that? Like how do you like this is a grown fucking man. Yeah, and this is the same kid that like I knew him in barber school, and I thought he was going to be something special. And I actually moved. I was like, hey man, come up from Boise. You can take some refuge in my house. I got an extra room. Come stay with me for like.
You got to know him a little bit.
I was like, yeah. I was like, let's get you on your feet. Yeah, man, young, black kid, cool kid. Had this cool vibe about him.
But just fucking too much weed,
dude. Well, not just that. Like he was just fucking retarded, man. He fucking dude. He went to my CPA's house. My CPA is a savage, and he's he's like a DJ in the area, very well connected guy. And he went to like some party at his house, got wasted, rolled his car. Cops dropped him off at my house at like, I don't know, 12 in the morning. And like Jen's at the hospital, like on call. And he's like picking up my puppy and dropping it on its head. And I was like, all right, fuck you, man. I'm like this close to killing you. Like you just don't have any sense of how stupid you are. I've had a barber shave a guy's eyebrow off because he was retarded. I've had barbers come in.
What does that mean?
Well, he shaved his eyebrows. So like if I trim your eyebrows, I trim your eyebrows as a courtesy because they get long.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did, but he fucking, he left a quarter of his eyebrow on there. And I heard it from another client that this happened. I was like, come on, man, that didn't happen here. He's like, oh yeah, it did. And I was like, what's the guy's name? So I look him up on my database.
You reach out to him?
Fuck yeah, I reach out to him. Dude, if we fuck anything up,
of course.
I fix that shit. I take that shit super fucking serious, man. So I reached out to him and he was like, and he sent me a picture and he's like thumbs up, like, and it's a quarter of an eyebrow. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, come back, free cuts. Like, let me just take care of you for a while and like make that right. He's like, nope, I'm good. Yeah. I've had barbers.
Never saw him again.
I've had barbers cut themselves and other people pretty significantly. Thank God that's never amounted to anything.
I've never thought about that because they work with straight razors. Yeah.
Yeah. We work with straight razors. I had one barber who was like training and he cut his fucking, a guy like literally right here, he was bleeding all over the fucking place. And I was like, dude, this is like, if you nick something, like this guy's got any, but it wasn't bright red. It wasn't arterial. It was just, so I knew this was not like but it was still like fucking, it's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. This is the same guy. I was training for scalp micropigmentation. And people pay a lot of money to come train with me. Like if you want to be an advanced practitioner, it's $7,000, dude, per person for like 5 days. It's not cheap. And this guy was like, we bring models in and they're working and he's got his tongue out and he's fucking, trying to replicate these follicles. He fucking stabs himself in the hand and goes, ow. And then he fucking goes back to work. And I'm like, you stop what you're doing. You fucking retard. Like you just stabbed yourself. And you have bio from somebody else and you just put your bio back on them. Like, oh my God, this is the same guy that like, so after I ripped that guy a new asshole, and still let him hang out. He was my personal assistant for a while because he's a decent human being, but just retarded. And this is the problem is barbers we have a lot of retards. Ask Metal Mike, bro. We joke about this shit constantly, bro. So this is the same guy. We were doing another procedure on somebody and And he goes to leave. He's like, I gotta go move my car. So instead of paying for parking, he's like moving his car all over. I'm like, whatever. He leaves my facility, my clinic, my fucking clean clinic, with his gloves on after working on people, touching everything on his way out, goes out, walks out the front door, and somebody from an establishment across the street's like, that guy works for Kelman. And he fucking videotapes. He's like, why has he got gloves on? So now he's walking around the streets with he's got bio on his gloves, and he's fucking walking around the streets. And then his car, he sees him pulling around the car, and he's still got his gloves on his car. So now he's spread bio, everything he's touched, the elevator buttons, his car handle, like. And not to say that the person that he was working with was dirty. It's not likely, but the point is that is a terrible fucking practice.
Yeah.
You have to be a special level of fucking retard to do these things. And so I ultimately had to let this guy go. So this happens over and over and over with barbers. I just hired a guy recently. I mean, I could just do this all day with you, dude. So thank God Mike was there. I gave Mike, Mike's my shop lead for the East Sherman district, the one I think that you've been to. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey man, I got a new guy. Let's put him through some paces, see how he does. And I'd hired him once before. His cuts were awful. I was like, you can't work here. You don't know what you're doing. Like, come back. You're a good guy. Year passed. He's like, hey, I'm ready. I'd like to come back. I'm like, cool. Give you a shot, man. Let's go. Put him back in the position, and he cut this. For some reason, he took a young girl's haircut. I mean, we're a barbershop, and I see this picture. I'll have to show it to you because you'll melt your fucking face. He fucking jacked this girl's. It's not even like you could have done a better job with your kitchen shears.
Yeah, not knowing shit.
And so I literally was.
I can't wait to see this picture.
You're just gonna be like, what the fuck? So Mike took a picture of me after he started fixing it, and it was so bad that I forget what I had going that day, but I was like, we had Cody Porter, one of our fighters who went pro. He had his pro debut that night. I had a big fucking party at the downtown shop. All the people from BPI Fight, were there for Cody Porter's fight on the UFC Fight Pass. Anyway, so I had a ton of shit to do, no time to fuck around, and I fucking went straight to the shop, pulled him out of the shop, and just lit him up because I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you cut this girl's hair? First of all, this tells me you don't know how to section and part and you don't understand long hair. Why would you do this? And he's like, well, her hair was hanging over the chair. I didn't mean it. And I'm like, you're making it worse, bro. Every time you're making it fucking worse every time you just say something. It's just, so the joke now is like, I just assume all barbers are retarded that I interview. So it's not a matter of are you retarded, it's just how retarded are you? Yeah. And there are some good, just to be clear, there are some really good barbers out there. I've got a couple new people coming aboard. I got a new fighter, a guy who's another MMA guy who rolls, and he's a tough cat. I really like him and his attitude and his professionalism. One of my barber's girlfriends just graduated. She's very talented, very smart. I expect good things, and I'm okay with mentoring people and helping bring them up. It's like somebody comes in here as a white belt. You're not expecting them to do black belt shit. But there's a process.
But that's the thing. I guess this is just kind of interesting. I've never thought about it. Being in the white belt phase of being a barber, that's just a fucked up place to be.
Well, because you shouldn't graduate school and be a white belt. You should be a blue belt.
Okay.
Right. You know how most blue belts can handle themselves?
Yeah.
That's where you should be. So a white belt is somebody who's in school and somebody sits in the chair and they just are like,
just butcher it.
Yeah. Well, and they've got teachers there to help them. So when I was in barber school, remember, I didn't do this before, but I was petrified of anybody thinking I was a fucking fraud. I'm not going to put my fucking name on some shit. and then people are like, that Kelman guy's a fucking retard. No way. No fucking way that's happening. So I was scared of people cutting someone's hair and people being like, that guy's a fraud. So by the time I got out of school, I was a blue belt. For sure. I could cut hair and I could do it fucking well. And I only worked for another company for 4 months. And I only did that to get reps, meaning I needed to get faster because my cut still took a little too long. And after 4 months, I could cut, with great accuracy and great detail, I could cut, 18 people in about a 9-hour day.
Okay.
Solid day, right? I'm banging them out and da-da-da. And I knew I could even do better. But I was like, I cut hair better than any motherfucker in this house. The service, I've worked at another barbershop already when I was managing the neighbors, shit and helping out there. I worked in this other shop and I'm like, fuck all this McDonald's, level of service. So I created my shop for 3 things. One is I wanted a family friendly sanctuary for men. 2, I wanted affordable luxury services and top shelf products. 3, I wanted a place where talented, motivated barbers can make 6 figures. So I don't want to be the only guy making a bunch of money. If I live in a fucking nice house and drive fucking supercar that's sitting out there and my big truck and all that shit, and my guys aren't fucking eating steaks, I would be a piece of shit. And I don't subscribe to that. So I take really good. I try to take really good care of my people.
Dude, I'm kind of shocked that it's like, I feel like you just will pivot and go like, okay, this is what I'm doing now. Fuck it, you know?
Well, I have one thing about being a fireman I can tell you is that, you know, our job is to solve problems. And think about the problems firemen get. It can be anything.
Anything.
A cat in a tree to a fucking fire to you're stuck in a car to the job is to solve problems. We do this in jiu-jitsu. Would you agree?
Of course.
We solve problems under pressure. I think that's one of the reasons I'm attracted to this particular, you know, discipline. And so I can tell you this, if I want to do something, Greg, I can fucking do it. And if with the right level of time and investment from me, if I really give a shit, I'd be a fucking killer.
Yeah.
Here's what kills me in jiu-jitsu. I can't fucking buy skills. I can't cheat the fucking pace. All I can do is show up on these fucking mats and get beat on.
That's why you're a 5-day-a-week guy, because it's getting to you, bro.
Dude, but I'm loving every bit of it. But it's true. Like I can't, my coach, my professor jokes with me. He's like, doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter, you know, like, he's like, you can't cheat. He's like, you can't cheat the time on the mats. He's like, that's the great equalizer.
Unless you're Derek Moneyberg.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
And I wasn't going to talk shit on him. I have nothing to say other than, this is what I will say. Because I have had people that want to have exclusively private lessons. The journey of jiu-jitsu is the team. You know what I'm saying? That's the journey of jiu-jitsu. Getting fucking hammered on by the purple belts, becoming a purple belt and being like the mat enforcer, and then you become like a mentor to everybody as a brown belt. And it's like the jiu-jitsu journey is also a leadership journey. And it's not, you don't get to experience what it is if you go and have one-on-one with a black belt for, I don't care how many fucking lessons it is. You're missing so much, in my opinion.
You're right. It is the team, because I roll with everybody. Now I have people I like to target. I like to target,
of course,
blue belts. The one, you know, like 2-stripe blue belts for me. That's where I aim, because I'm gonna fucking, like, I can inflict a certain level of my will on you, right? And you have more skill than me. I acknowledge this, but I can make your life miserable. I can aggravate you, and sometimes I can fuck you up. Sometimes, not very often. And you know what? And when that happens, like, you know, like my dick goes bigger, and I fucking love it,
dude. Isn't it crazy?
It's great.
Dude, we're grown ass men. And every single night we try and beat up other men.
Yeah. 43-year-old divorced Bob with 2 kids and and like, you know, bro, he's the butcher at the local market,
and we're fucking hooked by it.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I say though? You know what I say sometimes is that, dude, play is a very normal part of life when you're a child. And you roughhouse and you grapple and you play fight and you fucking make rope swings, and you're just doing shit that involves movement for no other reason than to just go move.
Especially men.
Of course.
We belong doing this. This is the natural order.
I think our society has kind of stifled play, because it's like, all right, you're all grown now. Get into the factory or the military or whatever it is.
Sure. And
it's like, play is for children. Well, bro, jiu-jitsu is fucking play. And everybody will agree with that. Like, it's fun. And its foundation, it's like, yeah, I want to be capable. Yeah, it helps me get in shape. Like, all that shit is true, but it's fun, bro. It's a good fucking time.
Unless I am physically unable to, this will be a lifelong journey for me. This will be something I do. My goal, and I know you're not supposed to chase belts, you're supposed to chase skills, but I'm very driven by like,
you like the metrics.
I do. You know, if you give me metrics, KPIs, or, you know, just like anything to go for, if you're like that, if you're my captain, you're like, hey, the fucking white flag's on the top of it, I need you to go get that. I'm going to go get that fucking thing. Like, but if you're just like, you know, there's I'm not sure what you're really supposed to do. Like, I have to have something that I'm working towards all the time. And so jiu-jitsu really gives me that ability to chase, you know, and again, I really don't have a big ego about the promotions. The belt system's fucked up. You go from one gym I've gone to gyms as a 2-stripe white belt and run clinics on people. And I've gone to other places where, you know, like it's the complete opposite. And I just get smashed by fucking white belts. And
I tell people that
Yeah.
And like, we have a pretty strict belt like rule here. I mean, I don't say belt rule. When I put a belt on someone, they got good jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying?
You're not watering it down.
No, I'm not. And
Jason Lambert's the same way.
And I like that, hey, most of my purple belts are probably going to be purple belts for 3 or 4 years. Brown belt, same thing. Like long, I want the journey to be long and arduous because that's the value in it. Now, there are exceptions. If you're a fucking high level competitor and you have a
There are phenoms.
yeah, you have they're phenoms or they have a path that they want to be on or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But for most of us, this gym is hobbyist, and I don't say hobbyist with any type of derogatory connotations, but we are not professional athletes. We're not high level competitors, but we're fucking good. And I think the belt journey taking a long time is a really good part of that.
I agree. And I love that this is, you can't do weekend clinics. The average black belt journey for most martial arts is about 5 to 6 years. This on average is about 12 and a half years. Mm-hmm. I don't know what my journey looks like. I have an idea of where I'm at. I'm very pleased with where I'm at. And I don't look left and right when other people get stripes or promotions. I really try to focus on myself, my journey, and how to improve my skills. And I am super fucking consistent.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to be going to jujitsu and be a fucking fraud. Just like whether it's a barber, a fireman, or whatever. Like, if I'm going to do this, like, this is what I fucking do. And I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I fucking love it. I love the combat side of it. I want to fucking get in there and roll around with some motherfuckers and see what I'm made of, right?
Yeah.
And dude, like rolling around with these guys. By the way, I want to compliment you really quick on your the format tonight. The fucking 6 dudes in, and then out, that was rad.
Oh,
Dude, you get to fucking roll with different people.
The rotations.
Yeah, the rotation was sick, dude. I thought I've never seen anything like that. Like I thought that was super fucking dope.
well, bro, I was under Marcus Brachesha for a long time, and almost every class had rotation.
Yeah.
Like checkmat, the checkmat comp guys, it's a big part of their stuff.
Yeah.
And exactly what you said. And I like how, like, today I said winner chooses top or bottom. So you don't know what you're going to get when you're walking in.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the beauty of rotation, is it's going to force you to work the stuff that we talked about today at a live pace. And then you can kind of, it opens up chances. And I tell people too, because like you can do a rotation and say like, all right, butterfly guard or whatever. And you put the butterfly hooks in. And then as soon as the bell goes off, they pull the butterfly hooks out and go to close guard because that's what they're good at, right? So that may ensure a better path to victory. But I'm like, dude, try the butterfly.
Develop your skill there.
This is why we're putting you here. Try the butterfly. And it's probably going to get fucking stapled to the ground and get passed because you're new at it. But that's the rep. You know what I'm saying?
The reps are where it's the magic, man.
It is.
I don't get better by staying at home. And, and I'm telling you, my first 6 months in jiu-jitsu was incredibly hard. Like I was like, I'm going to be the one retard that never understands what's happening here. I'm telling you, have you ever seen that fucking reel where the guy he's like, I'm retarded. And then he like closes the closet. And there's a mirror on the inside. And there's like this Down syndrome guy looking back at him. And it's like this, it's something. And I was like, that's going to be me in jiu-jitsu. I'm like, I'm going to be the only fucking guy that's retarded here. Like, I'm never going to get it. And I don't know what happened. And I know what happened. I know it's because you've been doing this. It's your fucking career. But I don't know what happened, and I'm not like, I don't speak fluent jiu-jitsu, but I sure understand some of the, like, I can hear your conversation. I know what you're talking about. And like, sometimes I can join in and other times I can, participate, but like whatever's happening right now for me is fucking magic because
it's happening, bro.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. Like I'm not good. But I'm getting better and I know it. Like I can, everything about what I'm doing like right now is fucking like,
bro, there's not much of a better feeling than when you level up in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I see it in your eyes. I hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what you just said, referencing like there's no shortcuts. There's no fucking
time on the mat.
There's no weekend seminar. It's I have to fucking show up. And you show up and you suck and you show up and you suck. And that goes on forever.
Greg, I'll be honest.
Hey, bro, it goes on at every belt too.
Really?
So don't think like, I got my blue belt and I'm good now. And then you're going to be like, fuck, dude. And I'm a fucking good black belt now. And I know that. And I will fucking go into a season where it's like, dude, I swear to God, my jiu-jitsu is getting worse. Like, what the fuck is this? And I'll go home and I'll be.
Are you serious?
Oh yes,
as
bro.
as a black belt, where you at?
100%, dude. And I'll tell Jenny, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. It's like I don't have any. It's like my jiu-jitsu doesn't work anymore, and I'll be fucking pissed. And then like a couple days later, I'll be like, I'm fucking quitting, dude. This is my body. Ask Jenny next time you see her how many times we've had this cycle. I was like, for whatever reason, like my mind and my body just doesn't want to fucking do jiu-jitsu anymore. Apparently, I fucking suck. And then Jenny's just like. We all know how this ends. You come home 2 weeks from now and you say, dude, finally I broke through that plateau and I'm fucking better than I've ever been. And that cycle never stops.
Yeah.
Like you're already going through that cycle right now.
Yeah.
And you think because you're a white belt, like, oh, once I get blue, but bro, it's a cycle of learning and then plateauing and then learning and then plateauing and then learning and then plateauing. And then when you hit really big plateaus, I don't think you're literally getting worse, but because you don't feel like you're getting better, it's almost the equivalent of getting worse.
Sure.
Right?
Especially if you're driven to be like, if you're a guy who's like,
or a perfect example is like I got one guy out there that is, he's the one guy in the gym that, when if we were to fucking slap and bump, it's a coin flip of who's gonna win. Like he's a stud black belt, dude, and he's been with me here since he was a purple belt, right? And it's like those type of roles where you don't know the outcome, bro. Those are the fucking good ones, dude. I just lost my train of thought because I hit that weed pen. What was it before that?
We were just talking about plateaus. And,
yeah. So that's what I wanted to tie that in. When you have those guys that it's a coin flip, and you got those guys in your academy, it's like you don't know where it's going to go, right? And those guys now start getting the upper hand over and over and over and over. It's like, oh, I fucking suck now. No, maybe they're just going through a growth part of their journey.
And you're on your plateau.
Yeah. And so there's just so much that goes into it.
Yeah, I'm riding this fucking upward trajectory right now. I
love it, bro.
Yeah, I'm super stoked just to be doing this, and like I'm in this weird spot because there's like probably 5 p.m. Like I go to the noon class. I don't really know. I don't do the 6 a.m. I don't do the 6 p.m. But I like the noon class. It just works for me. And there's usually 4 or 5 people belted, below me, and then there's like 2 white belts above me. And then still a handful of blue belts, low level blue belts. And like, that's where I like to hover. It's like anybody above me, like to a short distance, like that mid-level blue belt. I really like that because they have more skill. And if they're close to my size, like I'm one of the smaller dudes of stature in my gym, but if as long as I'm fucking relentless and I don't care. So like I go in there and I go to war. So it's great. But like, that's where I like to aim because these people they're better than me technically. They make me think, but I have a chance to inflict some of my will if I'm smart, if I play really fucking good jujitsu. Below me,
You just
no,
maul
I don't. So there are times I want to exercise. There are times I exercise my techniques because that's where I'm going to get better at. When I'm in those positions to dominate. But I don't. I just don't go fucking.
Bro, I mother's milk white belts regularly. So I don't feel bad. And obviously, I'm not going to do it to a 105-pound female that's new, right?
Yeah.
But if you're fucking, I almost feel like an asshole saying this. But one of my students is a fucking, he's 20 years old. Mm-hmm. He's a good kid. I like him. Good energy. But I was out with this elbow injury for a while, and I'm watching him roll, and I'm like, oh, he's tough too. Like he has grit. Mm-hmm. And he has some fucking, he has that fucking fire in him, right? Good athlete, but just doesn't know jiu-jitsu yet. But because he has a lot of other things going for him, you see him like having some success, right? Mm-hmm. Against certain people or certain moments. And I just needed him to know, bro, jiu-jitsu is this deep.
Yeah.
You think you jumped in the pool and it's 10 feet deep and you think you got it. You think you have an understanding of the atmosphere that you're fucking inhabiting. Yeah. It's like, bro, jiu-jitsu's 50 times deeper.
Yeah, you can't even see the depths you've never seen.
So I took him into those depths, dude. And you could tell it kind of fucking
opened his eyes.
Nah, it fucked with him a little bit though. Like you can see it hurt his heart a little bit. But you need the tough kids need that moment, dude.
You know, I asked Cody Porter to roll with me the other day. And again, this is a professional fighter. He's got a black belt. And I knew I had no chance there. But it wasn't about, it had nothing to do with whether or not I had a chance to do anything really about it. It just was, I wanted to peek into the water and, and it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I rolled with you. I rolled with you because it was a matter of respect here too. It was like, just the connection that we have for Seth and Jennifer and all that stuff. And it was like, hey, I got to take my beating, right? I'm here to you and lapping.
Was it a gi or no gi?
It was gi. It was during Guns Gis. So yeah, I think we did no gi too.
One day of no gi. I didn't remember the day we rolled.
I think we rolled. I have two really good pictures. One, you're in like an S mount, sitting on my face is like completely contorted because I'm in. You're just fucking crushing my life. And then there's another one where I think you're getting ready to like armbar me, and it's but like you can't see my face. It doesn't speak as loud because you can't see the pain on my face. I thought jiu-jitsu was suffering all the time, but it's not. Like you're going to lose and you're going to get crushed, but it's not really suffering all the time. It's just skill development and growth. And like, I don't give a fuck if I get out here and like today, like, it's like I had some good things happen and some things that weren't good. I'm also not as comfortable because I don't know everybody. I don't have this level of trust with every person I know, but they're really good people. But I go out and I do what I do. And then the best version of me though is on the end, as the end of hard fucking rolls, dude. That's where the best version of me is, right?
Yeah.
And my job is to create that.
Well, bro, I can tell you suffering in jiu-jitsu is going to be for the duration of your jiu-jitsu, right?
Cool.
But I will say this. The suffering is front loaded in white and blue substantially. Because, bro, once you're a purple belt, at least like my rule for purple belt, I always say like if I get around with someone and I have to have 100% of my jiu-jitsu to make sure that I have control of this, you're no longer a blue belt. Like, and dude, there's fucking purple belts that give black belts lots of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I want my purple belts to be like when you put your hands on someone, you're a fucking problem. And once you have that inside you with the skill of purple belt, you can dictate how a lot of roles play out. And now it's like, it's going to take a savage brown belt or savage fucking black belt to drag you into those deep waters. And so it's like, you see a lot of purple belts. That's why the purple belts kind of become like the mat enforcers, And also I see this with purple belts is highly competitive rounds with each other too, with other purple belts.
I see that in my gym.
Bro, I think an in shape, hungry purple belt is one of the most dangerous roles. Seriously. Because a lot of times they're young and they just have tenacity and they're hungry, Yeah,
we've got one of those guys at my gym. He's 18 years old and is a purple belt.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, he's a child. He picks me up and puts me in air jail and fucking walks around the gym with me, and it's fucking the most humiliating, funny shit you've ever seen. He puts me in fucking air jail, upside down, and carries me around like I'm a goddamn child. And he's a highly competitive purple belt.
Yeah.
He's very strong. He's very athletic, and and overall he's one of my friends. Like I love the guy,
bro. I bet if you had the kid that won middleweight adult world champion last year in purple belt, whoever that fucking kid is, I bet he'd come here and just mop up every single
just run a
white
clinic
through black belt, including me.
No way.
I do think that, bro. World champion level, that's the best purple belt in the world at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the belt system is
they're
flawed.
so fucking good. And plus, jiu-jitsu's at a place now where everybody's the Rotolo brothers, meaning they started when they were 3.
Yeah.
So like you're white through green belt, which means you're already a black belt level grappler by the time you're 15. Then you have to go blue, then purple.
Yeah.
So the earliest you can get your purple is like 17 or 18.
That sounds about right. Because
Right?
unless you get your blue is 16, right?
Yeah. Right? And so now you just got these monsters, life of jiu-jitsu, and they're 18 years old, and you're fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Plus, I also like the fact even in competition, black belts, we kind of understand, especially me, I'm 45. We're all old black belts, right? Now I'm still going to fucking try and kick your ass, but it's a different tenacity than a 22-year-old purple belt.
Sure.
It's just a different,
right.
You know?
Yeah. There are some people I avoid that are white belts that are like 23, 22, because they're just crazy spazzy. Like they flail. Like they're dangerous, man. They're going to hurt themselves or somebody else. But I watch them put that same energy at sparring with black belts.
Yeah.
Like they're either so stupid, right? Like I'm like, dude, are you daft? You're fucking.
They are, bro.
Yeah. You're just retarded.
I talk to new kids very often and say like, hey,
do you really?
Oh yeah, 100%. I said, dude, I talk about being able to dial, have your energy output dial from 1 to 10. And if someone mounts you, it better be 10. Because get that fucker off you right now. Like there is a time to turn it to 10. When you're trying to hit a blast double, that's a 10 moment, right? In guard passing can be slow and methodical, or it can be fucking like how Leandro Lowe used to do it, where it's just fucking grip it and fucking rip it and cut angles and fucking make people work, dude. And so it's like, all of that is just part of it.
Well, I have a white belt question for you. As the professor here, what is your standard for a blue belt? How do you look at somebody and say you are ready for blue belt?
I love that you asked that question. Okay. I tie a blue belt around someone's waist when they're ready to be a blue belt. That's the standard. And I know it sounds fucking crazy, but that's literally the standard. That is why you have to find a professor that you trust, that you put your faith in, that you know has competent jiu-jitsu. Like my team knows I have competent jiu-jitsu. And you have to find someone like literally can have all these different aspects of how they evaluate you. And bro, perfect example was no, Asia wasn't she was there last year. She wasn't at your Guns Gis. I have a blue belt female who probably weighs 100 pounds and she has cerebral palsy. So her feet are kind of like turned in, which obviously affects her mobility.
Sure.
And bro, she showed up here and she was concerned if she'd be able to train or not, you know? And I told her, I was like, yeah, your body's all fucked up. Welcome to the team. All our bodies are fucked up to a certain degree.
So the standard isn't, what I'm hearing you say is the standard is not the same.
She's a blue belt now.
Yeah.
And what I do is I take people and I see where they're at and where they've come in 2 years.
Copy that.
And that's it, bro. Because I have another guy that got his blue belt in that same time period. They were white belts and blue belts together, right?
Yeah.
He was a fucking collegiate wrestler and he's 240 pounds. And he also is he was at Guns Gis with you. Adam Livesey.
Oh, that guy's fucking, dude, it's hard not to get hurt rolling with him because he's just a big brick of fucking man.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And high level grappler, big, strong man. What his blue belt represents for him and what her blue belt represents for her I'm saying it's the same because it represents where you were and where you're at now. And that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. I also can't say like, okay, I don't think so. Like I won't do this. Some gyms do. To get your blue belt, show me a triangle from guard. Show me an omoplata. Show me a stand up and base. Show me a double leg takedown. Show me an armbar from mount. Show me an armbar from guard. And they have this curriculum and they say, that's blue belt. And it's like, dude, what if that guy knows, because I know a guy, his name's Otto Olson, and he has a great double leg takedown and a great Darce choke. And he went to ADCC with his 2 moves. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And everybody in the gym knows Otto's going to take you down and Darce you. And nobody can stop it. Okay, well, if he's doing that to black belts, I'm going to take you down and Darce you, and you can't stop it. And he does it to every black belt in the room.
You're shitting me.
Oh, dude, that was his thing. And it's like, okay, what belt is he? You know what I mean?
Well, I think we can agree the belt system isn't perfect. It's
No, it's
never
not
going to be.
perfect.
This is just a conversation between jiu-jitsu players, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, our gym has a standard. Jason calls it the belt of twos. You're gonna have 2 escapes and 2 submissions from all 5 major positions.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like,
I like that because that allows people to make it theirs still.
Yeah, right. But the standard, like how and then of course when we do belt tests too. It's not like,
Okay, you do a test.
oh fuck yeah, you have to not only demonstrate, but then you have to live roll, and you have to have ukes there who are he's going to choose ukes that are slightly better than you, maybe some that are slightly belted under you, and you're going to prove your fucking shit there, and then you have to roll with him, and it's to get your blue belt, that test is about. It's about an hour straight of hard rolls. Like it's a lot of heart work. Like it's your heart. Like when I say heart, I don't mean physical. I mean like it's who you are. Like,
do people fail that test though?
I have never seen anybody, but Jason would never have anybody test that is not
ready
truly
for it.
ready. Yeah, he pours every bit of. As much as you pour yourself into jiu-jitsu, he puts into you as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the best humans I know. I trust him to no end with my jiu-jitsu journey. And like, I know that he doesn't water shit down. So like when I get a stripe or even a fucking attaboy, like he fucking means it. And when he tells me that's dog shit and you can do better, I know I need to step my shit up and fucking do better.
Bro, I love that you said that because like that's something that I really try and focus on as a coach is when I see people doing well, letting them know it.
Yeah.
Because bro, that means a lot. I think that's an underrated thing as a coach that people don't realize. Even those little, bro, I'll give people head nods sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll see them getting, I was like,
Nice.
fuck yeah, bro. That little shit, it's like, it's helping them understand, like, okay, what I'm doing is working.
Yeah. And
That's it.
As the leader here, they're looking for growth and for, it's not necessarily the accolade because I don't live for accolade really.
No,
but
it lets you know you're on the right path.
But you
bro.
know you're on the right path. Like I hit my first barimbolo the other day and like,
fuck, dude.
it's fucking rad. Yeah.
I didn't know anyone over 50 has ever done a barimbolo.
I sure as fuck do, bro. Every opportunity I get. I got a couple of cool tricks up my sleeve, but I will be super clear. This was a 1 stripe white belt and a female. So and she's been with us for a while, but like I had an opportunity to barimbolo. Yeah. So I went for my first like dive under and like I was too far out and I sat back up and like she's fighting me and I fucking get her. I get the lockdown set up again and I went to do it again and I still wasn't. And I'm like, okay, stay close legs. So I had to like really think it through and I fucking hit that barimbolo on my 3rd try. And I look over and my professor's like looking at me. And I've got her in like, a rear naked choke now at this point. And like, I'm not like taking her out. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, not giving her the
but
business.
I'm like, hey, I'm looking for new ways to disappoint you today. I'm so sorry. Like three tries. Was that too many? And he's just like smiling. And then I put somebody in this like cool fucking leg lock. They were in like a seated guard, and I stepped into their guard and swung around, grabbed their leg, and put them in like this knee bar. And
Bro, you're saying all the wrong things.
Yeah, whatever. It's white belt shit.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'm a white belt, and the 2 things you're telling me about is barimbolo and knee bar.
Those are rad, bro. Dude, when Chris Vassell taught here, he was teaching me fucking heel hooks. I'm like, nothing better than a fucking 1 stripe white belt learn how to rip heel hooks and do fucking toe holds. Like, that's the shit right there.
I should write Jason an apology.
Yeah.
email.
Sorry, man. Nah, but I look over and Jason's fucking, I look over and he tells the guy that I've got, because I think he's a 2 stripe white belt too. And he goes, man, you better tap. You're in a pretty bad position there. So, he's like fighting me and trying to, and I'm being very gentle, but like firm, like I'll keep going until you.
Yeah.
And so he taps and then I get up and he's like, why are you smiling? He's like, all I see is fucking mouth guard over there, Kelman. He's like, why y'all all smiles? And I said, because you asked me why I'm smiling. And he just know, because it's like, that's fucking great shit. I don't care if it's white, but I've been around jiu-jitsu on like some techniques. Like the first blue belt test I went to, one of the guys that was testing for blue belt, got him in lasso and spider guard, and it was fucking, and people are like, dude, get out of here. You're a fucking white belt. And I'm like, yeah, I really am. I'm retarded. I promise you. Like, just because you see me execute one technique does not mean I understand every principle. And that's where I really lacked
bro, here's the other thing too. In my gym, I do promotions once a year.
Okay.
And one day in the summer, you get your next belt or you don't.
Huh.
And that's it, bro. And what I found is that kind of takes the focus off of promotions, and then it just allows people's focus to be on jiu-jitsu.
Do people get in their feelings if they don't get promoted? Have you seen
No,
that?
I haven't seen that, bro. I haven't seen that.
You know if you're worthy or not. Like here's
That's
the thing.
what I'm saying, dude.
You know if you're the real fucking deal or not. You just know. And anybody who's like, well, I've been here this long. Well, do you show up and do you really fucking work hard? And are you out there leaving your heart on the mat?
Bro, if I'm being honest, more people are nervous about their belts than people are like upset they didn't get a belt.
Oh, my dream is to stay a 4-stripe white belt.
That's
forever,
what I'm saying.
bro. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Keep me at that 4-stripe white belt where I can whoop up on some people. But, it's like, oh, you still got to be gentle because I'm a white belt. Yeah, like, you get the blue belt and all of a sudden there's no love anymore. Purple belts are like, well, you're a blue belt now. I'm going to fucking punish you.
Purple belts
and white belts are hungry as fuck to hurt you.
Yeah. So you're right in between.
Yeah.
The white belts are coming after you and the purple belts are just using you as a fucking pinata, dude.
My very first stripe was, I think that's the best stripe you ever get. And then I'm pretty sure living in the 4-stripe white belt world for however long that takes me will be probably my next favorite place for a while. And I know at blue belt, all of a sudden it's going to become a whole nother game. I'm going to be, the target gets bigger on me and I'm going to be, white belts are after me and no one's going to give me any love. I'm still going to get to learn because of my community and the people that coach me and all the rest. But fuck, man, 4-stripe white belt. That's the place to live.
You're going to be a blue belt before you know it, dude.
Yeah.
You'll be texting me within the next 4 months.
Now,
like, oh, fuck, bro, look.
Yeah, I
put that on the calendar.
I don't want to put any bad juju on it, but I'll say, at the pace I'm at right now, I think I'd probably stripe every 6 months. And then sometime, 20, late 2026, I'll be ready for a blue belt. It depends on Jason and what he really believes. And it depends on me and how much effort I put in. Like,
that's the beauty of it. You don't have to worry about the color of your belt. That's his responsibility.
Yeah. I'm there to learn the skills and and if I'm fucking people up, I'm still fucking people up. Okay. Like you can't deny a fucking 2-stripe white belt knee barring motherfuckers or doing barambolos. Like it's sick, dude. It's super fucking cool.
Dude, it sounds like the most dangerous thing in the world.
It is, but it's right. But I'm still retarded, right? Like I'm still retarded. I don't want to, I'm not God's gift to jujitsu in any shape, way or form. I suck. But on my days where, what do they say? Even sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while. It fucking happens, bro. And when the sun shines on the dog's ass, man, I'm a happy man. That's a great day for me, dude.
Fuck, dude. All right, dude, it's already been an hour and 35 minutes.
Oh, dear Lord.
All right, let's rein it in a little bit.
All right, cool.
Because I want to, before we wrap this up, I wanted to, dude, the fucking whole story how we met is incredible.
I agree.
It's incredible, bro.
Providence.
That doesn't most men would never do what you did. And so I'll let you, I guess I'll unpack what happened.
Sure.
Guns Gis last summer. Mm-hmm. And I knew you were going to come because we saw your registration come through and everything. Yes, and I knew who you were because of continuing to follow Jen and through Facebook and Instagram or whatever that is.
Yeah.
But anyways, the podcast listeners, a lot of them know about Monkey because and that's Seth Farwell. When Monkey passed, it was a really tough time for me. And I talked about it on the podcast. I even did an episode about Seth way back when. It's like episode 6 or something, which is crazy.
I think I've heard that one.
Okay. Yeah. And, I lost Seth, and it was a tough thing for me because getting killed in combat, getting killed in motorcycle crashes, like the shit that all my wild motherfuckers got killed by, at the end of the day, you can be like, yeah, duh. I mean, it's sad, it sucks, but bro, you were fucking.
It's a fitting death for
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just
someone living on the edge.
Yeah.
Razor's edge.
And then when we lost Seth because of a surgical mistake.
Yeah, several.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck, dude? It felt very surreal, right? And so our whole community went through that, as you know, and it was. He was like a fucking superhero, bro. You know what I'm saying? That dude, and I'm not even, I'm simply saying in the realm of soldiering and being a SEAL and combat and he's just a wild motherfucker.
Yeah. I heard he was larger than life. He has a reputation that precedes him.
Yeah.
And of course, being married to his widow, like I know him intimately. I have conversations with him on a fairly regular basis about our house and what we do.
Yeah.
Which sounds probably fucking weird, but it's true.
No. So bro, you show up to Guns Gis and immediately we talk and you say, hey bro, and correct me if I'm misspeaking on anything, but it's like, I married Seth's widow, and I already knew that because I saw you guys get married. I saw all the pictures and whatnot over Facebook, and you're like, and I have a responsibility to him because I'm raising his son.
True.
And if I'm raising his son, I feel like I should know the men that he considered brothers, and I want to be able to know the men that walked with Seth because I think that'll make me a better father to his child. And I was like, fuck, bro, I'm ready to cry, dude. Because, bro, not many people are going to look at that situation and then seek friendship through that method because it's just, I don't know, it's intimidating. It's weird. It feels like, what if it, a lot of people put a lot of taboo around death and whatnot.
Sure.
But bro, when you walked in here and told me and Lap and that, who are both very close with Seth, it bonded us to you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'll say a couple of things, it is an endless debt that I have to him. I have a beautiful family. Greg, my family is the best. My wife is the best person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
We have an amazing life. When I met her again, I had met her at the CrossFit gym at one point, didn't, just in passing. It wasn't until after Seth had died, obviously, that we had reconnected and ended up spending a little time together. I'm like, oh, you're a widow. You need time to just heal gently. And I never tried to put her in a box or make her, it's like, I never wanted to be, I was like, no titles, no anything. Like, you just need to heal gently. I also need time to assess. I've been married before. I don't want to do some crazy shit. So you heal and I'll be here to support that. And I'll be here to, so anytime she needed to, talk about Seth or needed to grieve, I had to be really, open about that. And I just don't have any fucking ego about it because number one, that guy's dead. And I like, what is this, a jealousy thing for a guy who's passed away? Like, that's just garbage. That's female trait.
Of course it is.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people who have said to me, like, I don't know how you do it. How do you fucking, there was a period of time where there were more pictures of her and Seth at our house than her and I. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care, right? Like,
yeah, dude, you don't want to take that away from her.
You shouldn't, man. And
because, bro, you're with her now and she chose to marry you for a fucking reason.
Yeah, and we have a fucking phenomenal life together. Our life is so good, right? And I don't want to be Seth Farwell. That's one of the reasons I kind of even avoided jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't want people, I don't want to be him. He doesn't want to be me, right? But like, I keep his name alive in the house. And like, when it came to like you guys and, the other part of the connection was my barber. He had known Greg Lappin for 30 fucking years. And now Mike and I work together. He's like my number 2 guy. And it was just like, I need to know who these people are. And like, and I'm fucking, I love jujitsu and I love Mike, obviously. Like, I'm like, I'm going to go fucking hang out with these dudes. I'm going to bring them some of Seth's ashes and some fucking things that matter. Bro. And like, and I was like, and it was a little, it was a little intimidating to meet you guys because you guys are fucking killers, right? And I was like, but when I met you guys and you guys are like fucking killers, but you're like teddy bears, man.
Just kicking it out in the grass.
Well, just,
by the lawn chairs.
well, not just that, but like you guys are really big hearted savages, man. Like you guys don't have any trouble like shedding a tear or crying and like, or being men about that shit. And that's impressive to me, right? Like to me, it was like, wow, these guys are true fucking killers. These guys are the real fucking deal. Yet, like you shed a tear and you talk about things with great emotion and you're fucking, and you have a fucking super high level of emotional, your emotional quotient's extremely high, which I was very surprised by. Like when I came in here, I didn't expect you to call me out in front of everybody to be like, hey, this guy's here. And I was like super humbled by that shit. And,
bro, it's because it was important.
Yeah. Well, and you say like, oh, like, if that's empty, man, pour some of that in there. Are you dying? A cotton mouth killing you, bro?
I'll take a little bit.
Just pour it all. I'm good. I'm all hydrated now.
Boom.
But I see you're dying over there, and that's the worst fucking feeling to be all cotton mouthed out. So you say it's like most people wouldn't do that, maybe, but I will tell you this: Jen has made that very easy for me to accept that Seth is part of my life for the rest of my life. His son is my son.
Yeah.
I treat Atlas like he is 100% my blood, right? Period.
Yep.
There is no, and he will never, ever, ever get less than the best experience possible with me, right? We still talk about his first dad, and like I do shit like on his birthday or on holidays, we go buy a balloon and I have him write a note to his dad. He sends it off to heaven. And I brought ashes, not just to you guys, but like I've brought him with us to like on almost every vacation we've ever been on, right? And been like, hey, I brought some ass. And she's like, what? Jen doesn't even remember to do that shit.
Yeah.
But I do that to be a good steward of this guy. And I've also had a couple of really fucking wild, poignant fucking dreams with Seth in them. And like, not to be all crazy, but like,
Bro,
dude,
we're on board with all that
yeah,
stuff.
so dude, I've had a couple of fucking super crazy dreams where Jen and I were in like Vegas, and like he ended up, like somebody were talking about where Seth was, like, oh, he's partying with the millionaires. I didn't know what that meant. And then he came in and he bumped me out of the way by accident, but like it was to give Jen this big hug, and it was just a big hug. And I was like, I need to give them a moment. And I stepped out. This is my dream. Okay. I stepped out, used the restroom, and like he followed me in there and waited till I came out. And he like shook my hand and told me how happy he was.
Oh, wow, bro.
Yeah.
I feel that, dude.
Yeah. So, when we went to Vegas.
Well, bro, I know Seth.
Yeah.
I know Seth as well as anyone, dude. He is not. The last thing he wants is Jen fucking grieving, sad, not moving on with life.
No, he would want her to be taken care of.
100% dude.
I believe that too.
And that's the thing. I think like some guys feel almost like defensive when their woman starts looking, when the woman starts looking for new love. And it's like, whoa, what are we talking about here? What part of till death do us part is confusing? And I don't know if I ever expressed this or not to Jen, but I tried to like just be supportive from afar, even like liking your guys' pictures and little shit like that.
Sure.
To let her know.
That meant a lot to her, just so you know.
Okay.
That's always meant a great deal. Just your contact and your involvement. She's always felt like she didn't want Seth to be forgotten, and she felt like she might have been forgotten, or she felt like because she got remarried, some people may not feel like they can. And there's been some weird shit that we've seen.
That's what I'm saying.
But not you guys. That's very you and Greg are very different. Brian Marvin's been phenomenal.
Yeah,
that guy's a real G.
He's great, dude.
Dude, he's a very stoic guy. I got him a fucking Navy SEAL watch from Luminox that was just to say thank you. It's like this black and gold badass fucking thing. And I was like, hey, dude, thank you for coming and doing this seminar. Thank you for being a real friend of Jen. And like he's just super stoked. He's like, thank you. He's just a very stoic dude. But that guy, there's been a few of you guys that are the real fucking deal and like really truly love Jen and Atlas and honor Seth's memory. And I can't tell you how grateful I am. So the point I'm making is this has been a lot easier for me because it's been natural. It's been way fucking, it's just been organic for me to be able to meet you guys. Right. And not feel like it's anything other than just it's meant to be that way, man. We're tied together this way, and it's fucking rad. It's fucking rad. And the fact we share jujitsu together is great too, man. This is a big part for me too. Like,
and then like the little things too. Like you've texted me and Lappin some just a videos of Atlas doing shit, and it's just like, man, I know. You already said it. He's taken care of.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that was like, there's obviously nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can do for Seth to really oversee any type of. I mean, me and Lappin we went and visited Jen once, and then we threw the offer out there, dude. If you ever want him to like go on a hunting trip with the guys or any of that kind of stuff, but also I think that kind of stuff is going to be a mom's going to be very reluctant to just be like, okay, here, take my son. You know what I mean? And so it was like, we wanted to try and keep Seth's memory alive somehow with Atlas, but it kind of put us in a weird spot. Like, how do we really do that, And then you're like, fuck, dude, you came to us with the mission of keeping Seth's memory alive for Atlas.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's crazy, man.
It's my duty.
Yeah.
I truly have a responsibility there to honor his life for the beautiful family I've been given. That is the trade. So, when we went to Vegas, I brought some ashes, and I didn't tell her where we were going at first because she's like, well, fucking Fontainebleau's over there. I'm like, don't worry about it. Brought her to I brought her to the place where they got married, and we put ashes in the fountain. And then we went in the bar and did a shot for him. And the bar was the same one I had in my dream same fucking bar, but with no people in it.
Oh, wow.
It was, yeah. And Jen was like, we talked about it. Like, she was like, she cried. And, of course, like, it's cathartic, right?
Yeah.
So just some really, this has been a lot easier and more organic for me because I'm happy to have the debt. Like, I'm happy to carry that debt. I'm happy to, with the beautiful life, my beautiful wife, my kids, both Atlas and Arlo, and the life we live. It's not as difficult for me personally. I don't know about other people, but for me, I'm happy doing it this way.
Good, man.
Right. And like when I roll through town, like I want to come here and fucking see you and spend time at the gym. I just fucking saw a tool show out in like Provo or somewhere in that area. And I was like, hey, let's fucking told Mike, let's go fucking see. And maybe it was Perfect Circle or Pussifer, but like either way, I was like, hey, Mike, let's go do this and go roll at fucking Vita. Let's go up there. And like, so we're working on doing something like that. But like, it's very easy. Right. And you guys also made it so much easier. And then meeting you guys and seeing like, despite the fact you guys are fucking killers and black belts, like you're really good dudes, really fucking good people, bro. Like
we're trying, man.
Yeah, you're not trying. You're organically doing it. Yeah. And like and so I'm honored like to be here. I'm honored to be on your podcast. I think you're doing a fucking phenomenal job in this gym and just with people around you. Like I see you raising other men up, and I know that's really uncommon. I don't get a ton of that shit at home, so I see that happening around here, and I think it's beautiful, and I'm happy to be part of that, and I think Seth would be glad that we have a relationship.
100%, dude.
I think he'd be super fucking stoked about that, and I think Greg Lappin would echo that too. Right?
Yeah.
I think he's another big, another big teddy bear, like just a fucking sweet man, right? A killer, but an absolute sweetie of a killer.
I'm gonna send him this clip. I'm not a sweet man.
He is a sweet man. He's a sweet man.
You're a sweet
He's
man.
He's a sweet man with a big heart and a fucking.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
Sure.
We're plotting our route down to like, we're gonna have a fucking 100 waypoints between Washington and Hawaii, and at the halfway point, out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I'm taking a vial of Seth's ashes out there.
Dope.
He's coming with us for the journey, bro.
Yeah, that's
and
rad.
now I'm going to leave him at sea, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a cool fucking send-off, dude.
I think things like that move you spiritually to do that are phenomenal. I actually brought some of his, him and Jen had 4 trips planned to Maui before he passed away, and 3 of them like somehow got canceled, whether it was work or some bullshit or his work or whatever the fuck was going on. And then he died before the 4th one. So when we went to Maui, I brought some ashes and I was like, hey.
Wow.
So I actually brought some of his ashes to Maui and we spread them on the beach with Atlas. And it was like, we've just made this, I've made this like a regular thing. Like this is important. I gave Brian Marvin some ashes too. And he's very different than you guys. Great guy. Love that guy. But he was like, oh, thanks. Where you guys are like, oh, God, you're brothers for life. I love you guys. And I'm like, oh, my people. Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck. That puts us at about 2 hours, bro.
Cool. Yeah,
it's about when we wrap it up.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on your podcast. I listened to what you've got going on here, and I certainly promote your gym. And
thank you, man.
All the great things you got going on. It's truly an honor to be here, and I'm super grateful.
Well, bro, we connected instantly, and it's been good ever since. I wanted that story to be told because the podcast isn't just a podcast. It's like a library of our lives too.
I love it, man.
And that kind of stuff is cool, right?
It's like carving an electronic digital
That's
version
right,
of your
dude.
name into a tree forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, fuck, we talked about jiu-jitsu for an hour and a half before we went into it. And I love that, bro.
Yeah.
And the listeners love that. If you're still listening to this podcast at episode 285, I think this is, you're jiu-jitsu people.
Yeah.
And so... yeah, I'm sure other people were having a good laugh when you're like, hey, the knee bars and the white belt knee bars to Berimbolo. Like,
yeah,
bro,
I'm not saying everything I do. So much fun, dude. So much fun.
So cool, man. I appreciate you coming up, and
Thank you, Greg.
I look forward to the next time you're in town.
Yes, sir.